Hey folks, back with another little video, borderline humongous video. This time we are taking a look at Cold Steel's Man-at-Arms Italian Longsword. Fairly new addition to the collection. Not my first Man-at-Arms sword. If you jump in the Wayback Machine and go way back into the videos, not that far back into the videos, about a year ago, you will see the Cold Steel Man-at-Arms arming sword. This is a lovely match complement to that sword. It is again, the Man-at-Arms Italian Longsword. Let's get some specs out of the way from Cold Steel's website. Being it's an Italian longsword, it's a 35.5-inch blade with an overall of 47 inches. Almost as big as the Claymore when I put it on the wall side by side. However, about 2 pounds lighter than the Claymore. So fast and nimble, but absolutely humongous. 2 pounds lighter, about 3.06 pounds, 49 ounces. Blade thickness is 1/4 inch. Blade material is a 1090 high carbon steel. Has a leather scabbard with blued fittings. Also, as I did with the arming sword, you may notice I've took the liberty of adding a frog. This is about the narrowest scabbard you're going to get this frog to fit on. However, awesome. Nice blued shape, or blued throat. Blued steel shape, and a nice even stitch line up the back, and even has the 2 embossed accent lines, identical to the scabbard that came with my my Man-at-Arms arming sword. Let's start and take a look at the hilt. Forgetting anything? 11.5-inch hilt, 11.5-inch handle. I believe they call this a fish pommel. There is, I'll touch the blade, I guess. There is a kind of flat top screw hiding in there. It's also blued. Again, blued, not painted black or anything like that. Very cool Italian sword style cross guard that comes to a little point here. Not as nicely finished. Not quite as nicely. Get that in the. Not quite as nicely mated up inside there as what the Man-at-Arms arming sword was, but still. You know, for the price point, I should mention too, the price point on this was insanely good. I got this thing for 265 Canadian, which is pretty much free US. No, it's a very good deal. Free shipping on Amazon, so much better price on this than I got on the arming sword. Wood handle wrapped in leather with 2 little riser bumps right here. That's about it for that. Again, a long, what did we say, 35.5? Yeah, 35.5-inch blade of 1090 carbon steel. Comes down to a very aggressive point. And again, blackened, like black chrome. Moderately sharp, as was the arming sword. Moderate sharpness. I wouldn't write home and say how incredibly sharp it was, but I did a little bit of Lansky work. Managed to get it clamped up in the Lansky, supported the length of blade, and sharpened up the front edge here. So now she's screaming sharp, but I got it back to a 30-degree angle. So she cuts paper and she cuts targets. And just to let you see that, we're going to take you out to the cutting stand in the backyard for a session with the Man-at-Arms Italian Longsword right now. This time, Cold Steel's Man-at-Arms Italian Longsword. Got him. Whew. And there you go. It's a session. It wasn't the best, wasn't the worst. I got some good cuts, some not so good cuts. Like my other, like my Ronin European longsword, it's a thin, long blade. It doesn't show up very well on the camera, but it wobbles. You give it a smack, it vibrates for 30, 40 seconds. It's got a good spring temper to it, but it tends to wobble. And much like the Ronin European longsword, I have troubles with consistency and I have troubles with accuracy, as is evidenced by the Tim Hortons cups I bat across the yard like a baseball bat, and the several times that I hit the stand, obliterating the side of my new cutting stand. Not a big deal. If that ever happens to you, take it from me. Save the pieces. I just take them in the house. I make sure the stand is nice and dry. A little squirt of Elmer's wood glue. If I got to clamp it, I'll clamp it. If not, I just kind of wrap it up in some masking tape, leave it down there overnight, sand it down, hit it with some black spray paint. Back in the game. But that's about it for this. Not much else to say about it. It's very badass. It looks lovely on the wall. I'll splice you a little picture right now of the wall of happiness that has my Cold Steel Man-at-Arms arming sword, the Hamway Claymore, and the Man-at-Arms Italian Longsword. Looking awesome. Is that not awesome? Come on. Anyway, folks, as always, I hope you enjoyed this and found it a little bit informative and entertaining. Stay tuned for more, and as always, thanks for watching. Bye.